Good morning. It's all about the soil. Let's figure out what we need underneath our plants to help them grow.
Sounds like a winner. You know, the old adage that healthy soil, healthy plants, healthy people.
Right. And this is where it starts.
Exactly. So we've been in business almost 30 years.
Awesome.
I'm a soil scientist, and our focus is on making very high quality soils for use in landscaping so people get good results.
Right.
Don't need toxic chemicals, don't need the water, etc.
The healthier soil, the less chemicals and additives we need.
Exactly.
From my understanding, yes.
Yes.
Good.
So like my own personal yard, been in Better Homes and Gardens. I have not watered since the drought of 2011. I've saved thousands of dollars because I worked on getting my soil healthy.
Wow.
So it has about a 10-to-1 payback, the money you invest in soil improvement.
Right.
So that's what we try to do, is help people save money.
Great. Well, show us some of these piles. They're all different colors, hues of brown, and it smells so fresh.
Yes, has a very rich earthy over because these piles are alive with beneficial microbes, good bacteria, fungus, things that make plants healthy and grow.
Right.
And that's what you're smelling. And a lot of these chemicals that we're smelling also stimulate serotonin and production, dopamine production in our brains, the feel-good chemicals.
Right. They say it's good for you to play in the dirt.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got a big pile here that's darker than, say, this pile over here.
Okay, over here, these are blended soils.
Okay.
Well, different plants, like a blueberry, needs a high organic matter soil that's slightly acidic.
Okay.
A cactus wants low organic matter, so plants have different requirements.
Wow.
So we got about 20 different blends for different species of plant. When you put them in the right soil, they grow better, less insect, less disease problems.
So I'm a homeowner and I come out to Nature's Way and I'm doing just a regular bed. You're going to guide me on what I need for my bed versus if I'm going to have a garden of veggies.
Correct. And even in vegetables, like we have two different types of soil. We have our standard vegetable garden mix. Then we have one we call Garden Mix Light that we use if you're growing root crops, carrots, turnips. It's much looser so the roots can get bigger.
Okay.
So we got different things to even optimize that.
Great. So much information to learn just about the soil, and that's really the primary and the most important thing to grow our plants.
Most important thing, yep, absolutely.
Well,
and like this, well, let's go over here and take a look and see what we got over here. This is one of my favorite things.
it almost has a blue hue to it.
That's because of the light now.
Okay.
But you see these little white specks here? That's a bacteria, a chain-forming bacteria called Actinomycetes. This guy eats the fungus that causes brown patch in lawns. So when you top dress with a good quality compost, I don't know if you can see that one there.
Yeah.
It controls your diseases, the take-all, St. Augustine decline.
Well, that's what we need in Houston for sure for top dressing.
Also, if you put down a half-inch layer, it acts like a mulch on the soil, insulates it, keeps the soil cooler, and as the soil's cooler, plants use less water. So then also these microbes in here, they will take clay and break it apart and turn it into a beautiful loam.
Right. And it's better to have the soil on your lawn for the runoff too, because it helps the absorption. So
yes,
they
it
talk
helps
about
stop
that.
erosion.
Yeah.
And like I said, as the microbes break up the soil, when it rains, like I can get a 3-inch rain at my house, and straw soaks in.
Yeah.
Then it's stored till plants need it.
Yeah.
And I started with the black gumbo clay.
Like we all did, right here
half
in
the Houston's clay and the other half sandy loam.
Right. So let's add the soil.
So that's one of our products. We're famous for the leaf mold compost.
Well,
this is fine screen for using on lawns. We have it coarser for just general landscape use.
So we got a more brown one over here.
Okay, that's one of the mulches.
So that was soil. Now we're going to mulch. Compost.
Yeah,
now we're
behind us were the soil where we mix these things together in different ratio. If you even notice the sands over here, how clean they are.
Yes. Now, when would I use sand?
Well, it goes into our mixes.
Okay.
Most companies go down the river, get bank sand. University studies bank sand can have 250,000 weed seeds to the cubic yard.
Wow.
But it's cheap, $3, $4 a yard.
Right.
But you bought in a 30-year supply of weed seeds. We only use quarry dug sand that's been through what's called a washing process, a centrifuge, to get the clay and the silt out. So it makes good brick or concrete.
Wow.
So it's weed free.
Right.
Our topsoils we actually take the topsoil, comes in, and we compost it for 2 years. The heat of the composting kills all the weed seeds in it, kills all the pathogens, builds up the organic matter. Then we screen out all the roots and sticks left over. So those are the ingredients that go into our mixes. The mulch, the sands, the compost.
Right.
And in different ratios depending on the species of plant. But
and you're starting clean.
Starting clean. And we're as close to a weed-free mix as you can ever get.
Wow.
You know, this Texas, you can't stop the wind from blowing and you can't stop a bird from flying over. But when you start, instead of having this kind of problem, you start like this.
Right, right. You start out ahead.
You start out ahead. A lot less money and expense.
Okay, so we've got mulch over here.
Yes. This is, in fact, look at the steam coming out.
Ooh.
Put your hand down there, Sandy.
Quite a, oh, it's warm.
Yeah. This is a mulch. It's not quite ready to sell yet, but in another couple weeks it'll be there.
So why isn't it ready?
Well, for several reasons. You can see here, there's some pieces here. Oh, it's got benefits. That's the good microbes that prevent disease.
Okay.
Good. That's good bacteria. Because after we screen it, as you see, there's a surge in reheating.
Okay.
We want that to subside a little bit. And it takes a couple weeks.
Okay, but you've got mulch here if I came in this weekend.
Oh, yeah, we got 40,000 cubic yards.
Yes. Well, it sounds like it's all about starting from the soil. So we're at Nature's Way, and John, thanks so much for taking us on a mini tour.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, other things we do, we got, we have our remineralizer. Because of COVID, there's been so much emphasis on health that the main thing of COVID, it was a nutritional disease, lack of nutrition. 90% of people with COVID had nutritional deficiencies.
Yeah.
So like one of the things we have is a remineralizer. It's a blend of green sand, basalt sand, granite sand. It's got all 79 elements in the human body. So when you grow plants with it, not only do the plants, the tomatoes and stuff taste better, you get these vital essential elements you don't get in our conventional food.
That is just such great information and critical. Well, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.